everybody, my name is Wesley Cohn. Today with me I have Ikenna Wokeji. He'll be helping me with the tutorial for Hero, the card game. Hero is a draft building expandable card game for 2+ players. It relies heavily on timing, sacrificial decision making, and learning to combo your statistics and your abilities.
No hand limit, no field limit, no enhancement limit, and no requirement to draw or play cards.
The objective of the game is that players will face each other in arena-like combat utilizing heroes to destroy the opponent's sky bases. So for setup, for step 1, we'll give each player a personal enhancement pile. It'll come with 3 + 20 defenses, 2 + 30 defenses, 4 + 20 attacks, and 3 + 20 attacks. So basically what we've already done is we've already got ahead and we're going to separate these out. Into their piles. And what we'll do is we'll each take our pile. We're just going to set it off here to the side of our base.
Step 2. Have each player draw a hero card. The player with the highest attack power begins the drafting process.
0, 80, so you would start first. Okay. We're going to take these. Step 3. Lay out all hero cards face up, including the cards drawn. Each player, in clockwise order, drafts one hero to their hand, starting with the person who had the highest attack power. All other heroes will be shuffled together into a pile called the New Recruits HQ and placed to the side of the field. So I can take these. So we each recruited one hero. We're going to take the rest of the heroes. We're going to create a pile out of them. This is the new hero, the New Recruits pile. We're going to set it off to the side, the New Recruits HQ. And then Ikenna and I both have one hero in our hand, and that is our starting hand for the game.
Step 4. Lay out all ability cards face up. The player next, in clockwise order, begins the drafting of the ability cards to their personal enhancement pile. This also goes in clockwise order until all abilities are drafted.
Step 5, lay out 3 cards from the top of the New Recruits HQ face up beside the pile. These 3 cards will make up your Hero HQ.
Step 6. Shuffle your deck and cut each other's decks.
So it's important to note that the player who drafted the first hero will actually play first during the game. The next step in this process is noting the way the game's played. Hero is an acronym. H stands for healing, E for enhancement, R for recruitment, and O for offense. You can only choose one of the 4 options on each turn.
Choose any horizontal heroes in a weakened position on the field to turn vertically into a strengthened position. Then play up to 3 cards from your hand to the field.
Draw up to 3 cards from your personal enhancement deck into your hand. Then, play up to 3 cards from your hand to the field.
Drop the 2 heroes to your hand from the headquarters, 1 from each or 2 from the same. After both are drawn, replenish the hero headquarters if needed. If the new recruit's headquarters is empty at the end of your turn, shuffle the hero discard pile to restock it. Then remove 2 random heroes and keep hidden from the pile to sit out the rest of the game.
For the offense phase, basically what you're going to do is you're going to attack with 1 or more heroes. You're going to choose a hero to attack with who's in a strengthened vertical position. So pick the hero you want to attack with. So Dodage, and he's going to choose a defending hero, only 1 to attack. So he'll attack Hendra. Now, you have the ability to attack with 1 or more heroes in a combined effort. So if he wanted to attack with 2, he'd pick 2 of them. So, okay. Any heroes that you choose to attack with, you're going to turn them sideways into a fatigued position. Not the same thing as injured, even though they are both sideways. For the sake of abilities, injured and fatigued are 2 very different things. When they're sideways, they're actually what's also called a weakened position. So Ikenna is going to attack me with a 60 attack there. So go ahead and turn him. You're going to attack with Dodage. And then he's going to attack Hendra here with only 20 defense. So 60 v 20, 60 takes out the 20. If he has equal to or greater than my defense with his total combined attack power and my total defense, if I had defense enhancements under hero, it would add up to it. Hendra is defeated. But if he attacks with another hero, for instance, Kristoff, and he decides to attack my remaining hero, Zoe, but I've got 40 defense, he's only got 30 attack. It's not enough to defeat, but it's at least equal to or greater than half of my defense. Because it is equal to or greater than half, so first you're going to fatigue yourself, right? The damage is done as well right before he's fatigued, but because Zoe had more than that defense or more than that attack power, she's only injured, also known as weakened in this particular scenario. At which point he could attack again if he really wanted to, and he could attack with Boulder and knock out Zoe, or if he had wanted to, he could have attacked with both at the same time if you want to do a team attack. So you're going to turn them both sideways, right? There's 1, 2 for a combined total of 120 versus my 40, and Zoe would be removed from the field. If for whatever reason he had more attack power on the field of about 100, he could go ahead and launch yet 1 more attack against my base for the win. When you are placing cards to the field or you're adding attachments to your heroes, this happens during 2 phases. It can happen during the healing phase or the enhancement phase. You'll place up to 3 cards to the field. You'll notice he already played 1 hero. He can play ability cards or stat cards also. So you'll note he just played a statistical enhancement onto Zoe. And then he can play another card. Yet still, and in this case, it looks like he played an ability card to the field. You will note that all these cards are placed underneath of the heroes that he's attaching them to, and he could have attached them to any heroes on the field that he wanted that were his. And by doing so, you can see that the statistics add up in the corner, so he's got that 70 attack. You'll note that I cannot see the ability that he's attached to Zoe for good reason. If he wants to later on pull this out, it says for every opposing card on the field, the hero enhanced by this ability may gain plus 10 defense, which would be a nice little surprise effect, which would cause my hero to be fatigued after I attacked, and yet he would still block the attack. Other things that are important to note here is that there is no limit to the amount of heroes you can have out there. There is no limit to the amount of statistics or enhancement, any form of enhancement, including abilities that you can attach to your heroes on the field, which is why when you attack, you really only want to turn that top card, because once you've got a long series of 10 cards down there, you don't want to try to turn all 10 of them. That would get dicey. If you're struggling with how to attach them without your opponent seeing, and let's say I've got Zoe down there, what I'm basically going to do is I've got my hand here. I'm going to take Zoe, I'm going to pull her back into my hand, I'm going to throw her back on the field with the cards attached, and that way I'm not revealing everything that I've attached.
When an ability is played to the field, it is put on hold until the next turn, unless it's a passive ability, marked by the letter P. For instance, if we take Zoe's ability, Before the start of your turn, you may heal any and all heroes you want. We would heal these 2 heroes and turn them vertically. And then, if we wanted to do another ability, Kristoff's Revelation, once at any point on your turn, you may view one opponent's hand and discard one of their cards in their hand.
Okay, it's at this point where Ikenna is actually going to take one of the cards from my hand. He's going to choose to discard it. He's going to give it to me. And I'm actually going to put it in my personal discard pile. It's important to note that when a hero's defeated, for instance, if Zoe was taken off the field for whatever reason, while there is a hero discard pile that she would go to, anything that's attached to her will also go to his personal discard pile over here to the side, which is, in fact, to be kept separate from the hero discard pile as well. Other points that are worth noting is that there are some ability cards that allow you to utilize them instead of taking your turn. You may also play this card from your hand straight to the discard pile and immediately do whatever the action is that follows.
The game ends when all opposing player bases are destroyed or in the case of forfeiture.